What up, Blue Jays? Sean Blue here. I just had a cool experience when I was at, a little store. I won't name out the store, but when I was at this little store, I walked inside and I noticed that there was these three young women there, and they all looked like they were dressed like they were getting ready to go to the beach. So they they were wearing very little, and yeah, and just three attractive women, and of course I was checking them out because pardon me for my heterosexuality. Apparently that's a crime these days. But yes, I was checking them out. But anyway, I was still just shopping around buying what I my little this that like my little knickknacks that I needed to get, and looking around noticing some things that they didn't have that I wanted. But whatever, I was just gonna buy what I had to buy. So and the store was pretty much empty. So I was standing behind these girls in line, and I noticed when the girl was talking to the cash register woman, who was like an older woman. I didn't take a good look at her, but I would say late 40s to mid 50s, this woman was. And the young girl said, like, the young woman said, oh, how old do you think I am? She said that to the cash register woman. And she said, like, I don't know, 17. And she's like, oh, I get that all the time. I'm actually 20, and she was kind of disappointed because everybody, I guess a lot of people say that she looks young for her age. And I remember the old woman, I love this. I love that she said this to this young woman. I remember the older woman said to her, like, enjoy it as it lasts. She's insecure like that. People think that she looks young for her age. But the older woman just said, enjoy that it lasts, because, after a while, people are not going to make that mistake that you're 17, and people are not going to make that mistake that you're 20 years old. She's just this older woman, like I said, at the very youngest in their late 40s. Like, so let's say 47. And she looks it too, and I just love the fact that, yeah, that she was spinning out that smart advice to these young women, like smart wisdom. I love that because you see some old women that are kind of like witches. They're just nasty, bitter freaking women. But not this woman. She was a beautiful woman, and I just love the fact that she, instead of, like, like why you see, like, with these like women's rights movements that are going on right now, and like the Me Too movement that I wanted to love, but unfortunately I have so many reasons not to love it. But, like, yeah, with the Me Too movement, why you get all these like nasty older women pushing their own like beliefs and their own hate on these young women and teach them to hate men. And I just hated that. I hated the Me Too movement for that. And I kind of feel like Casey Jones from the Ninja Turtles. I don't know if you guys ever saw the original Ninja Turtles movie, but I felt like Casey Jones, like, running in there with, like, doing flips and running in there and nailing those, like, mean old women with, like, my hockey sticks. And, like, and just like in the movie when the boy said to, like, him, like, hey, like, that's my family. And I would point at the old, nasty old woman I just knocked out with my hockey stick. That over there, you call that family? Because all the Me Too movement was it kind of turned into, like, and of course I want to never do that, but what the Me Too movement turned out to be was kind of like another kind of like hate group, and you get the, like, the Klan, bad mouthing black people. You get a lot of times, not all the time with Black Lives Matter, but a lot of Black Lives Matter people bad mouthing white people, and you got this like Me Too movement where it was just women hating on men, and a lot of older bitter women too that are holding grudges, attacking men, and they're teaching young women to hate men and stuff like that. And I just hated that. But I loved, and I noticed this multiple times since then too. Multiple times since I met those nasty old women, beautiful old women. But this was a great case of that. Just an old woman preaching smart wisdom to this young girl about, like, enjoy your youth when it lasts, because I just love that. Yeah, like, just don't worry about stupid things like that some people think you look younger than you really are. It's like, just enjoy it, because one day you're just going to be old and stuff like that, and hopefully you grow up to become like a cool, friendly old woman like this woman, or you can, grow up to become some old nasty woman. So hopefully you look at life in a smart, beautiful way like that woman did, and enjoy life when you're young, and when you get older you can still enjoy life, but just be sweet and be friendly and give some nice wisdom to some people that need it. And I just love that. I just wanted to throw that out there.